Hi guys, it's Jasmine here. So right now I'm in Sandakan, Sabah. I am interning in BSPCC, or also known as Bornean Sun Bass Conservation Center. So before I get into everything else, what is sun bear? Sun bear is actually the smallest bear species and only found in Southeast Asia. These bears are the least known bear species because their habitats in the wild forest where it is highly dense and it's really hard to get any footage at all of these bears. Secondly, they are also very good climbers. They are a very shy species. Hence, any sign of human, they will choose to fly. There are two main subspecies of sun bears. Firstly, the Malayan sun bears, which are bigger in size, about the height of me, and also what we have here, which is the Bornean sun bears, which have the height of around 90 cm to 130 cm for an adult, both male and female. The sun bears have really long claws and also really long tongue, adapted to get honey from the tree trunks and also to climb trees. Hence, they do have the name of honey bears, and also they are sometimes called as dog bear, which in Chinese called 狗熊, because in the vocalization they sound exactly like a dog. Bornean Sun Bass Conservation Center, situated in Sepilok, Sabah, we rehabilitate orphan rescued sun bears and also prepare them for the release in the wild.
The process of rehabilitation can take years. Some bears are deeply traumatized, while some are so humanized that they do not show any natural bear behaviors. So what BSBCC does is to encourage them to act more like natural bear does. Here you can see that we are trying to get them to come out of their enclosure using some food. The BSBCC team also go for outreach program in schools to educate children about sun bears and how ecotourism can help preserve these precious animals.
So right now I'm volunteering in BSBCC. What we do is that we are doing husbandry jobs. Of course not the glamorous type, which is cleaning the cages and also feeding them. So they are opportunistic omnivore, hence they highly rely on fruiting season in the forest. What we do here is that we try to expose them to different types of fruits, including bananas, watermelon, and even seasonal fruits such as jackfruit.
And here is a footage of me cutting a jackfruit because I am freaking proud, guys. I am freaking proud. And then we'll also head on to the forest enclosure to feed them twice daily. And it's really important for them to try and forage for themselves in the forest enclosure.
Other than that, we also spend a lot of time making enrichment for them because the bears are kept in a very limited space in BSPCC. A natural bear takes up to 4 km square home range. In our center, there's only 2.4 hectares of land for them, and we have 44 bears in this center. This space is really crowded for a bear species, but what choice do we have? Hence, to entertain these bears and keep them at a low stress level, we have to make a lot of enrichment for them and also to socialize them with other bears. We cannot teach them the survival skill that they need in the forest. Hence, that is why we need to integrate different bears together so that they can learn how to survive in the forest together. The kind of enrichment that we do here is such as we make them hammocks and also toys for them to get food. And lastly, we also use aromatherapy, which we call them sensory enrichment, so that it can stimulate some of the natural feelings such as loving and also confidence, so that the bear feel less stressful. And also most importantly, to stimulate their own instinct to use their nose, because bears are just like dogs. So right now, wildlife pets are a really big thing. A baby bear is adorable, hence a lot of people, they keep them as pet. But in the law, in Peninsular Malaysia and also Sabah, sun bears are actually totally protected species, while in Sarawak it's protected species. It is illegal to keep any body parts of the bears or even to possess them. It is illegal. The other biggest threat other than pet trading and also poaching is deforestation. So right now I feel that our conservation status in Malaysia is still at a very low level, whether it's from the government or from the public itself, there is very little effort that we are doing to conserve what we have as people would call them natural resources. But is that really resources for us to use or for it to sustain our ecosystem? So I think that the government and also the public should put more effort and much more urgent effort into the conservation of our environment. It doesn't have a lot of time for us to conserve what we have.